So you want to get infinite emeralds. Okay, so step 1 is going to be finding a village or capturing villagers. Whatever you can do, you're going to need villagers in order to make infinite emeralds. And going into step 2 is going to be deciding what profession will work best for you in order to make the most emeralds. So this varies based off of what farms you have in your world already. If you don't have any farms in your world already, I would suggest starting out with the Fletcher. Now this guy's going to let you trade him sticks for emeralds, and that's really nice to start out with. I actually used him in my own 100-day video. It's very good if you don't have any automatic farms already. Alright, so next up on the list we have the weaponsmith, the toolsmith, and the armorer. Now all of these guys are useful for one thing. You can eventually get a iron for emeralds trade, and that's really good if you have an iron farm. So if you have an iron farm and you want to make infinite emeralds, get these guys. Get an assortment of them, or just get one of them. Get several of these guys. They will allow you to get a ton of emeralds. Alright, so next up on the list we have the farmer. Now if you have an automatic wheat farm or an automatic carrot farm or any kind of automatic crop farm, this is a really good pick for you. But if not, even if you just have a really big farm, you're going to get a ton of harvested crops. And if you're playing single player, chances are you're going to have a lot of extra crops that you're not using. So in order to trade with these guys, you're going to want to have wheat or carrots or whatever they're offering for emeralds. But if you get those down to a 1-to-1 ratio with a bunch of farmers and a big farm in your single player world, you will have pretty much infinite emeralds whenever you need them. And next up on the list we have the shepherd. The shepherd is very good if you have an automatic sheep farm. So if you don't have an automatic sheep farm, this is probably not really a good pick unless you have an automatic spider farm. And I forgot to mention, over by the Fletcher, they can eventually trade you strings for emeralds also. So if you have an automatic spider farm, it's very good to get shepherds and Fletchers, because you can turn that string into wool and trade to the shepherd, or you can just trade string directly for emeralds at the Fletcher. But this guy's very good if you have an automatic sheep farm, because those things bring in a ton of wool, and you'll basically just have infinite emeralds if you're trading with this guy over and over. Alright, so last on the list we have the librarian. This guy's very good if you have a sugarcane farm, because you can use that sugarcane to make a ton of paper. And if this guy has a good paper trade for you, which right now he's a little mad because I killed another villager in front of him. But if you trade paper for emeralds, and if you have a big sugarcane farm, those things are automatic. You can just have them running pretty much the entire time you're playing. Come back to it, turn all of your sugarcane into paper, and that's just a ton of money right there if you have a bunch of these guys lined up. So step 3 is an obvious one, and one that you guys probably all saw coming. You're going to want to zombify your villagers, and then you're going to want to cure them. And after you do this, it's going to make their trades a whole lot cheaper, and it's going to make getting emeralds just a whole lot easier. It's going to make the whole experience way more enjoyable, and after you do this with all of your villagers, you will have no more problems with emeralds ever again in your playthrough, I promise you. So what you're going to want to do first is get a zombie trapped and name it, or give it something to hold on to just so it won't despawn. Put it in a little room, and then set up something like this that will allow you to zombify your villager and then get them to safety, cure them, and then put them back in your villager trading booth, or whatever it is, whatever place you keep them. So the first thing you're going to want to do is have a little setup here where you can put your villager in a minecart and then push them over to the zombie. You went the wrong way. Alright, so push them over to the zombie. Yeah, there you go. So now that you've pushed them over to the zombie, you might need to push him down a little bit more in order to get the zombie to reach him. So now he's turned into a zombie villager. This guy was very much ready to be a zombie. But then you're going to want to have a little ramp here where you can just boost him over to the other room where he'll be safe. And that's perfect. And then in order to bring these guys back to being regular villagers, you're going to want to throw your splash potion at them, splash potion of weakness, and then give them a golden apple, and these guys will eventually turn back into regular villagers. And then from here you can put them back in their trading booth or whatever you want to do, or you can run them through again, have them get turned into a zombie again, and then do this whole process over and over again, whatever you feel like doing. But this is ultimately going to be how you make infinite emeralds in this game. And also, if you guys want a tutorial on how to build this little contraption here, or on how to build different types of contraptions that you can use to turn your villagers into zombies, let me know down in the comments, and I'll definitely make one of those videos and link it at the end of this video so that you guys can just use that as a way of easily creating something that you don't have to worry about coming up with yourself.